I got that job. And then
It
I
was
stayed with
like
that show. What's that?
it was like destiny. There you
Oh
were.
my God. And it was such a fantastic experience and I absolutely loved that job. That was for CBS This Morning. And I worked there probably for about 6 years, and then the show got canceled. So that was a bummer. And so basically, most of the whole staff got cut. And then I went to HBO from there. And then I had kids, and then the rest of the story is history.
And here we are.
And here we are, baby.
Here we are. And you're paying it forward by helping these girls and your own, friends and family, and teaching them how to network, because it's a skill that it needs to be learned. I think you're a natural at it, and like I am too. But a lot of these kids don't really get it. They don't really get that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, what's so sad is because of the iPhones and because of the computers and because of the internet, they don't learn those skills. It's different. Kids don't talk on the phone anymore. They text, they Snapchat or whatever that crap is. They do all that other stuff. They don't talk face to face. They don't. It's in a way, it makes me sad, because if you're not an outgoing person, if you're more shy, it's harder. And and with this, it's even harder to get ahead. But even if you're shy, even if you're nervous, I always say the worst that can happen is they say no. I mean, no. Oh, no, I can't help you. Okay. All right. Let me try someone else. You have to ask. If you don't ask, you don't receive. And that's I instill that in my kids. And I say, you have to ask. If you want to get ahead in life, open your mouth. Just open your mouth. Whether it comes out right, comes out wrong, it doesn't matter. It's just, you have to try to do that.
No, it's so true. I mean, I know I do that with my son too. And sometimes it backfires because he's always asking me for stuff.
Right. Well, that's true. Then I tell them I'm not interested. No. But then that's when you use the word no. Then it comes in real handy.
Exactly.
But it's true. But you don't want to do too much for your kids either. And I know friends of mine that like do their kids work for them and do. I barely know what class my kids are. I don't know anything, and I don't want to know. They're adults; they can do it now. I mean, now they're older. I mean, when they were younger, sure, you helped out, but as they get older, it's like you gotta get a backbone. You gotta sink or swim. It's time. It's time.
They do need their independence, but but the thing is, what you said about just walking up to that guy and talking to him. Yes. It's as simple as that. It's walking up to someone and starting a conversation about a dog. Something that you have in common, and then you never know where it's going to take you from there, right?
You don't know, and exactly. And I'll finish that story because I keep going off on other stories. But so TJ ends up having an interview with these people, nailed it. He called me up because I think I did great. He goes, I knew everything they were talking about. It was all about. Has to do what's it called? With Google, he had to do. Oh gosh, I can't remember what it was called. You see. See, this is where I don't know because it's all his technology and lingo. But he had to do something with Google and getting accounts, and he knew exactly what he was talking about. He had started a Google, a Facebook, something with Facebook, all about Facebook advertising and all that stuff. And he knew exactly what he was talking about. So he calls me. So Charlie calls me about a week after the interview, and he says, Denise, I want to tell you first, but TJ got the internship. So we were so thrilled and couldn't thank this Charlie enough. So I didn't tell TJ. The company had called TJ, but I already knew before him. And now it's February. He's supposed to start this internship in May 1st or May 2nd because he's out of school early. May 11th. He was out of school May 2nd. So now February, I'm scrambling. I'm finding him apartments in the city because he's working in Manhattan, and he's going to work for 10 weeks in Manhattan. So I get on. I find an Airbnb as a friend from college that's also working in the city. So we split this apartment. Things are great. Everything's terrific. And boom, March 13th happens, and a pandemic comes. So now everyone's internship is getting canceled. Everyone's saying, oh my God, some are doing it remotely. And I kept saying to TJ, don't give up. Don't give up yet. It's still early in the game. They haven't canceled yet. Don't give up. so during this whole time, he would email this woman, Lauren, who was the one that, got him the internship that he spoke with. And he would say to her, I'm hoping everything goes back to normal soon. I'm still very interested. Please let me know if there's anything I could do. And he would email her, I'd say every 3 weeks. So now May comes, and obviously we're still in this mess that we're in. And she says, look, we're going to push the internship to June. So I'm like, TJ, that's fine, because I got the apartment for June and July. The month of May, he was going to commute back and forth anyway. I said, so this is great. You're still going to have it. So end of May comes, and now June, and then all the riots break out and all that stuff. And then, now he's panicking again. I said, I'm still going to. So then I called the Airbnb, and I canceled for the month of June. And I kept it for the month of July. I said, I'm going to keep it for the month of July. I said, just go in. This way you're there. They'll know you're there. And hopefully by then things will be better. So now it's mid-June, and he's still thinking he might start in July. And I'll never forget, it was like June 26th, and he was outside, and he comes in, he's shaking his head. He goes, Lauren just emailed me, and they don't think they're doing the internship. And I said, I said, you know what, TJ? I have the apartment. You're going to New York. I said, you're going to go there, and you're going to contact them, and you're going to say, I'm in New York. If you want me to do remote, if you need anything, I'm here. And he goes, all right, okay. So now July 5th comes, and that's when we're moving him into the apartment in New York. And it's bittersweet because we know he doesn't have an internship. The city's kind of different, but he was excited to be on his own. And I said, look, TJ, I said, this is okay. This is how it's supposed to be. Just go with it. So we leave him there. The next day, Tommy calls him up and says, look, you got to treat this like a job. You got to get out of that apartment, go to the coffee shop, get on your computer, and look for another internship. He goes, I'm sure kids cancel because they didn't want to come to the city. You're there. Tell them you're there. So sure enough, he went online. He found like 10 internships, and 8 of them called him back. So now things are looking up again. Yep. So he did this on his own. This is his networking. So he picks one. It was a startup company, almost like for an Airbnb. And he says to the guy, it was no pay, where the other internship was going to pay him. But he said, I don't care. It's just the experience. I want it on my resume. So he takes this internship. In the meantime, he's still emailing this Lauren, telling her, I'm still in the city. I'll be here till the end of July, beginning of August. I'm here. 2 weeks later, Lauren emails him back and said, we were so impressed with your eagerness and how much you want to work. We are going to start this internship for you. So
that is phenomenal.
Isn't that phenomenal? During a pandemic, but during
a pandemic. Yeah. This is what a story this is for real.
Yeah, and the reason is, I'm going to tell you, not because of me getting him, he was so convincing that he wanted this, and he was so determined. And she said she was old. She's not older. She's like 35, I guess. And TJ's here 21. And she said, it's such a pleasure to see a young person so eager to work, because we don't see that a lot nowadays. I think sometimes these young kids, they want to go travel Europe, and they want to do, you got to work hard, because there's a million other kids that are behind you that are going to work harder and get that job. So it's all about that too. It's the eagerness.
You have to be so proud. A proud mama knows best, everybody. She is the bomb. But you're the role model for that. That's so awesome, and that's what we need. So we have to wrap up, and I love that story. I'm so glad we explored that, because I'm hoping that inspires people, in the middle of a pandemic. Too. Yeah. In the middle of a pandemic, he was one of the only ones that continued an internship. So I tell you, you got to believe it, and it'll happen. And you got to really, really believe in yourself. So if you could give one piece of advice to our young women, what would it be?
To always ask. Always ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone. Ask. Like I said, the only thing they could say is no. That's it.
Absolutely. Awesome. So we are going to have Denise back next month to talk about this unbelievable journey that she's taken, and actually losing weight during the quarantine, because everyone needs to know. Everyone always wants to know how to lose weight. So she's going to come back and talk to us about that.
Okay. I'll talk to you about that too. Again, putting your mind to something can do amazing things.
It's amazing. And if you guys want to get the free gifts that we have for this episode, 3 secrets to getting your best internship no matter what is happening in the world, as told by Denise Grillo-Kajerski. Just go to the website, supergirls.com, and check it out. So, Denise, thank you so much for being with us, for telling us this inspiring story. I really love it. I think everyone will love it.
Thank you. Thank you. And go get them, everybody. You can do it.
Yeah, and we want to say thanks to Roxy for being there also here on the show today.
And she was very quiet. She was a good girl.
Okay.
It's because of Roxy he got that internship, right?
That's right.
Dogs, so there you
go. It's all about the dogs. So listen, take Denise's advice. Make sure you ask, shamelessly ask. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks for tuning in. And
thank you.
XOXO Denise. And you guys, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, love you, Jean. Bye.
Love you too.